Don't bother wasting your time going out and trying to pick up a Switch 2. I can tell you right now. Because if you do, if you go to, just for instance, say you're GameStop, you are going to run into about 50 early 20s to late 30 males standing in line waiting for an opportunity to purchase this device that in probably about a year will be easily and readily available for anyone to just walk into a store and purchase. I don't know what the craziness with this device is about, but it is absolute bedlam. I actually was not able to go into work today because unfortunately my daughter is having severe allergic reactions to this year's pollen. This is just a very bad year for anyone who suffers from allergies. So shouts out to you. I feel for you if you're suffering right now. I don't really suffer from allergies like the way I used to. And I'd be honest, the past couple years, I don't think I had really felt any symptoms at all. But even for me, this year has been, I'm feeling it this year. Definitely this, a little bit of the stuffy nose, a little bit of the itchy eyes and things like that, sneezing, stuff like that. Hasn't been too crazy for me, thankfully, but my daughter is really feeling it bad. And so I had to take a day to, one, get her to the doctor so that they could take a look at her. And then two, after that, we had to go and get some medicine for her. So as I'm going to get the medicine, I do pass a GameStop, and that's exactly what I see. A long line, about 50 young men, because I didn't really see any women on that line, about 50, early 20s to late 30s males just standing in line waiting for their opportunity to pre-order a Switch. And listen, I'm not gonna hate on you, man. If you really want it that bad, and then you're gonna put the footwork in to get it. You're gonna stand on that line. You're gonna wait. You're gonna do what you got to do to get it. And hey, it is what it is. We live in a very consumer-driven economy. And that's just what I'm reminded of every time I see things like that. Every time someone says, well, we're in a recession and, things are going bad and, no one has any money. When I see things like that, I'm like, how? Like sometimes I'm trying to make sense of what I hear in the news sometimes and what I see in real life. And what I'm seeing in real life is people spending money left and right. You got that many people, and I'm sure that GameStop was just a microcosm of what's happening all across the country at GameStops all over the country. There's probably hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people trying to get their hands on this Switch 2, whether it's online or in store. People are trying to do that. And it's not just like video games either. I mean, the consumerism is at an all-time high in so many different categories. Take sneakers, for example. Nike did a restock of this week. Nike's doing a restock of a number of different releases on their website. And these shoes are selling out in a matter of seconds. Now, you might say, well, Y2K, a lot of the online traffic that you see is being done by bots and so on and so forth. But I mean, look, even if it's a bot or if it's a computer or if it's someone, scalper trying to grab these items up, they still have to have the money to buy them up too. And I don't think scalpers are going to waste their money buying stuff that they know people aren't willing to pay resale price for. So at the end of the day, even if bots are buying up all these things online, whether it be Switch 2s or Air Jordans, they're eventually going to fall into the hands of an end user that wound up paying even more for them than their original MSRP. And that's been happening for years. That's nothing new. But it just goes back to the point that I'm making that, whenever I hear about a recession, I just think about how much money people are spending on non-essential items. And it's just blowing me away. I mean, and even if you wanted to step away from video games and sneakers, just look at like beauty, skincare products, and, Victoria's Secret, or even, one of the big things, and I know this because I've got small children, but the industry around children and babies is crazy. Do you know how much moms are spending on, designer baby accessories, whether it's napkin holders or specialty cribs or specialty diaper bags or specialty baby toys or specialty books? That's an entire industry in and of itself. And The same way you can have non-essentials in sneakers and video games and stuff, you can have non-essentials in the baby products category too. A lot of it is just very consumer driven. It's a lot of consumerism. And I'm not hating on it. If you've got the money for it, shoot, go ahead, buy 3 Switch 2s if you can, go for it. I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater at all. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to stand in a line and spend half my day standing in a line for a video game just because I have better ways of spending my time. But, to each his own. Do you. Congrats to anyone who was able to get a Switch 2. Props to anyone who did put in the footwork by waiting online and did get their opportunity to pre-order one. I'll let all of you guys get it and play it. Put about 100,000 reviews of it on YouTube. Watch about 0.0003% of those reviews, and then eventually make up my mind as to whether or not I'm going to get one. I probably will get one, but like everything else that I've ever gotten, I was late to the original Switch. I was late to the Switch OLED. I was late to the PlayStation 5, and I know for sure I'm going to be late to the Switch 2. And the thing that I love about this the most is that it's distracting everyone from all of the retro stuff. Yes, I love it. I love it. While everyone is concentrating on this Switch 2 nonsense, I'm going to continue to milk the buy two get one on all pre-owned and see how much retro I can grab while everyone is hyper focused on the Switch 2. Because I know once that dies down, people are going to go right back to whatever else it was that they were doing. And it just kind of goes to show, no matter what, people are going to find ways to spend money on stuff that they want to buy. And I think the biggest reason is because, it's these little things that give us joy in life. We all can't afford to go to Dubai and spend a month in Dubai eating, at 5-star Michelin restaurants and, experiencing, luxurious activities. Not everyone has that kind of money. Some people can't even go back to maybe their home. If you're from the Caribbean or if you're from an island, some people can't even afford to go to Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic or Jamaica, to do something. Shoot, some people can't even afford to go to Florida. Some people can't even afford to go to the beach in their own neighborhood, So if what's going to bring them joy or consistent joy is a video game that they can play that will simulate a beach, that will simulate some type of experience, these are the things that kind of bring joy to people's lives. And if you work 40 hours a week and you don't have the means to go and do, travel like a millionaire, but you have the means to go buy a console that's going to give you just as much joy, who am I to say anything about that, right? Who am I to hate on you for that? I'm no one, right? You have to do what works for you. You have to do what makes you happy. And this Switch 2 seems like it's going to bring a lot of people joy, man. I really do. So let me know what you're seeing in your neighborhood. Are you seeing the same amount of madness around the Switch 2? Let me know, and I'll catch you in the next video. It's the Y2K Collector. Take it easy.